Hey, how's it going, guys? A little change of pace for this video. I stumbled upon a video about this guy named Tommy, Korean guy Tommy Lee, not from not from Motley Crue, not that guy, the guy that was with Pamela Anderson, but Tommy Lee. If you type in 35-year-old virgin on YouTube, or I'll put the video in the description box. He was supposed to be part of a documentary regarding his own life and his struggles of being a male virgin uh, from the United States. And I saw the video and definitely check it out. It's about a 13-minute interview, and the video's old. It's like a couple of years old, like 2014. And I think he needed to get a Kickstarter to get the documentary done. And I'm not sure if they got enough funds, because I looked on the YouTube channel and I didn't see anything come to fruition on the documentary. Maybe I'm wrong, but I didn't see it, so that's kind of unfortunate. But nonetheless, I wanted to talk about this because, I think a lot of guys in general, especially in America, or actually in other parts of the world too, have a lot of pressure to lose their virginity. And it kind of seems like as the years go on, and if you're a virgin, there's just more added pressure. And I wanted to give you my 2 cents. Now, I don't claim to be a relationship expert. It's just my opinion, but I have been in relationships. I have been rejected before. I mean, who hasn't? And I have some experience, and I am married. So, and also I want to do this video, so if there's male virgins out there, don't give up, and I'm going to give you some tough love advice. Take what you want from it, but that's just my opinion. And also females, there are females that are virgins themselves, but it's a little bit different because women, for the most part, they can get sex if they want, but I don't want to get off too much off topic, but if it pertains to women as well, that's good. So anyway, if you are a virgin, or actually, first and foremost, if you're a female watching this video, does it really bother you if a guy's a virgin? I guess that depends on what age and what the reasons are, but is it a turnoff? I'm just kind of curious. I would think that after a certain age, it would be kind of a red flag, but I digress. So anyway, my advice for any of the males out there that are virgins is to really do a complete, honest self-evaluation of yourself. Okay, that's not easy, and you got to improve those aspects of your life. So let's start with the basics: the physical appearance. Now, not everyone can look like Brad Pitt, not everyone can look like David Beckham, but what you can do is take care of yourself. The basics. It sounds very basic, but some people do not do it, and that's not going to be attractive to the same sex if you're gay or opposite sex. Bathing daily, keeping your nails trimmed, and make sure there's no dirt. You don't have any eye crud in your eye. You shower, you don't smell, you put deodorant. If you have a outdated haircut or whatever, you want to mix it up a little bit. Try something new. I'm not saying to turn into something that you genuinely don't, or it doesn't represent you. I'm not saying that. Don't be fake. You want to keep your core values and your authenticity. You want to keep it intact, but at the same time, be open to trying new things, trying a new appearance, a new haircut, getting better looking clothes. If you're going on a date and your clothes are all wrinkly, they're all outdated, and I'm not saying you have to be coming out of a GQ magazine, but just take care of yourself. Standard grooming. Some guys get away with a little bit of facial hair, some people can't. Just experiment with that. And then from a health and fitness standpoint, this being a health and fitness channel, obviously you don't have to be a gladiator, but stay in fairly good shape. That always helps. It's always a positive. So now that that's out the way, the other aspect, the more important aspect, is right here, the personality. I can't speak for all people, all women of opposite sex, but a few key factors that women do like and are attracted to is, one is confidence, being confident, not cocky, although some girls like the cocky guys, but that's usually girls that go for guys that are not the best cup of tea. They go for the bad boys, but nonetheless, finding that fine line between confidence and cockiness, and not being fake, being truly comfortable in your own skin. And that may take time. Like I said, I'm not 100% perfect. We all have some insecurities, but as you get older and as you progress in life, you'll begin to be more comfortable in your own skin. So being confident is key, because if you're not confident with yourself, women can smell it and detect it a mile away, right, ladies? When you're just not sure of yourself and you're not confident, it's a big just buzzkill, or a big kill in general in the dating world. The other thing is, this is not for all women, but I think a lot of women do like guys that have a sense of humor. I'm pretty serious on camera for the Health Defense channel, but my good friends know that I love to joke around all the time. So having a good sense of humor, and these are things that some people are more natural. They have natural abilities, more God-given traits, but doesn't mean you can't work on it. So I think, confidence, sense of humor. But the third thing is having a drive, having a purpose in life, having ambition. That is key. That kind of all ties into the confidence thing. Having a purpose in life, going for something. If you just, honestly, if you're a virgin, you're a guy watching this video, women, they don't owe you anything. They don't. They don't have to spread their legs for you. You have to bring something to the table, so to speak. You have to. If you don't, ask yourself, what do you bring to the table? Good job, you're confident, you have a good set of friends, you're humorous, yada yada yada, whatever it is, or it's a hybrid or a mixture of those things. You need to bring something to the table. It's almost like when you go on a date, treat it like a job interview almost. Not to put too much pressure on it, but that's what you got to do. First impressions are key. That's just the way it goes. And yes, over time you could woo another girl over time. Let's say they think that from a scale from 1 to 10, in the looks department, they only rate you a 5, but over time, with your personality and all the other traits that I mentioned, all the positive traits, you might be able to win a girl over. But if you're looking all scrubby right off the bat, you're putting yourself behind the 8 ball immediately, and you're not positioning yourself, to succeed with the opposite sex or same sex if you're gay. Competition, it's like competition. It's really rough. There's a lot of guys out there. A lot of guys, they want to get the girl, and which leads me to another point, is to be more proactive. Once you develop your confidence and work on yourself, and you feel confident, and you have positive things going on in your life, you have that drive, you have a good job, and things are going well, and you're working out, that's when a lot of that positive energy, and a lot of times women will be attracted to that. And then once you get all that going, and once you get your life together, that's when you could start pursuing different women on dating sites. You can't just be sitting around like a wallflower. I remember one time, the first time I went to Las Vegas with a bunch of guys. All were nice guys. My one other buddy was the only guy that I knew, and then he knew a bunch of other guys, and they were all nice. But I remember going to the clubs, and me and my buddy, we're not like Mac Daddies or anything like that. I'm not like the best dancer or anything, but going out to the clubs, and we're just being social, being active, having a good time, me and my buddy. All the other guys, what were they doing? They were just sitting like a bunch of wallflowers, and obviously it's not easy. You're probably shy, but if you can't let loose in Las Vegas with a couple of drinks, I don't know what you're waiting for. You snooze, you lose. You're sitting back there like a wallflower, and girls are not gonna approach you unless you have just mad game. And the other thing I wanted to mention before I depart, I don't think this too long, is whatever, how I mentioned being passionate about something and having that drive, that kind of leads and trickles into finding other women with similar interests to you. So for instance, you don't have to go to the bars and clubs. If you don't like drinking and you don't like going to the bars and clubs, just because all the other 21-year-old or whoever or other people are doing it, just because they're doing it, it doesn't mean you have to do it. I think you should be open to trying it, but if that's just not your cup of tea, that's not your cup of tea. If you love to cook, take some cooking classes. You might meet someone that you really like. If you're a farmer and you enjoy growing your own gardens, go to the farmers markets. If you're into music, go to some concerts. You want to find some similar interests and put yourself in that environment. When you do that, it'll give you a increased chance of meeting people that have some similar interests. So that's my time for this video. So do check out that video on Tommy. I'll put the video in the description box. And real quick, not real quick, it's getting kind of long, but if you've made it this far, I think his problem was that, and this often happens, is one of the reasons why I want to do this video, is he is Korean and I'm Korean, and he was 35 years old at the time in 2014, virgin, and he's still living at his home with his parents. Still had a curfew, kind of like your typical mama's boy. It's kind of a cultural thing, but it comes to a point where you gotta cut the cord. If I knew that guy right now and he was still in the same predicament, I'd be like, you need to find whatever job you can, get out of the house, get your own place. That's like the number one thing. Baby steps. Do that. Work your way up. If you're still in school, do what you got to do, and things will progress. So that's my time. I don't know if any of this advice is earth-shattering, anything new. You probably have heard it before. And the other thing, that if you are a virgin and you feel that pressure, try not to let negative thoughts snowball and trickle over into other parts of your life. That's not easy, but you gotta take one thing at a time. And if you follow my advice, it's a good chance. I mean, there's billions of people on this planet. If you have a good head on your shoulders, a decent job, you have something to offer, I see no reason why you can't meet someone and connect with. So you may not be able to, marry them. I don't know if you believe in marriage, but you should, in theory, be able to, I would think, meet at least a few females in your lifetime and eventually find something hopefully meaningful, lose your virginity, and when it's done, you might just be like, wow, I did all that, I hyped all that up for that, and maybe the first couple times you have sex can be a little bit awkward. That's for another story, but you catch my drift. After that, you'll have less pressure, and then you can just start living your life. That's my time, guys. Let me know what you guys and gals think, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.